Happy anniversary, loser. She didn't say it softly. She spat it, like venom, like she'd been holding it in too long. Then came the slap of paper on wood. Divorce papers. Stamped, signed, final. "The kids and I are moving in with my lover," she said, smirking, "so you can pack your little dreams and leave." I didn't speak, not when she leaned in close, eyes gleaming. "Your boss, by the way, your boss. He's better than you at everything, especially—" I cut her off. Just a smile, calm, surgical. "Funny," I said, pulling out my phone. "He just got a call from the real owner of the company." She blinked. "What?" I gestured to the phone on the table. "Check it, darling." She did. And then she froze. 6 months ago, I found her lipstick on the back of my dress shirt. I hadn't worn it. She had. It smelled like expensive cologne and betrayal. Neither were mine. No confrontation, no fight. Just silence. Because by then, her laughter had already changed. Too light, too frequent, like she was laughing at something I didn't know. I knew. I just hadn't decided when to know it. Then came the missed dinners, the working late texts from a woman who didn't work, the sudden bursts of cash from nowhere. I traced the transactions, found 2 hotel rooms booked under his corporate account, same nights, same location. His name, Jonathan Reeds, my boss. Her betrayal wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. They weren't just taking love, they were taking everything. My job, my kids, my life. So I did what I always do. I went quiet and started building a new board, one where I moved first. I played dumb, clocked in, clocked out, smiled at Reeds, shook his hand. Team player, he once called me. Funny. Meanwhile, I was digging. I started logging their movements, photos, receipts, voice memos. I had a friend in IT clone Reed's phone, another in finance track company transfers. They'd been siphoning, bonuses she shouldn't have known about, expenses that led back to her. He was laundering money through fake vendors she registered. And they thought I was clueless. They underestimated me. They thought silence meant weakness. But silence is only dangerous when it's listening. And I listened to everything. Until the day I stopped listening and made a call. A week before our anniversary, I met with the board. They thought Reeds owned 51%. He didn't. I did. He fronted the capital. I owned the patents, the tech, the foundation. They laughed when I showed them the documents, until the legal team confirmed them. I slid the evidence of embezzlement across the table. Her name, his authorization, 2 signatures, 1 scandal. I gave the board a choice. Let it go public or let him go. They chose silence. Reeds got the call 5 minutes before she slammed the divorce papers on my kitchen table. She didn't know, not yet. Her fingers trembled as she picked up her phone. 1 missed call, 2 messages, a security alert. Then the email. Effective immediately, Jonathan Reeds is no longer with the company. Internal investigations pending. Executive privileges revoked. She looked at me like I'd changed faces. "No," she whispered. He said you were nothing." I leaned in. He lied. She collapsed into the chair, not crying, just deflating. Her plan had no backup, no exit, just a rope she thought I'd hang from. Now she was choking on it. I stood. "You gave him my children," I said quietly, "for a man who thought stock options made him a god." She opened her mouth, closed it. Then I walked out the door. I didn't fight for the marriage, not for her. She was never the prize. The silence on the drive home was peaceful, clean. She tried calling once, blocked. I changed the locks, moved the accounts, filed the custody petition with evidence she didn't know I had. It was never about revenge. It was about clarity. She wanted me broken. Instead, she watched herself fall. And I didn't lift a hand. I just pulled one string, and everything she thought was hers collapsed. She called me nothing, so I reminded her who signs the checks in her fantasy.